United World Colleges.
Make education
a force to unite people,
nations and cultures.
For peace and a sustainable future. Woohoo!
My name is Alex.
I'm Ben. My name's Aaron.
My name is Ruben.
I'm from Browns Bay.
I'm from Hamilton.
I'm from Auckland.
I'm from Wellington.
And I'm from Nelson.
I spent 2 years at Red Cross Nordic United World College in Norway.
The United World College in America.
I went to Lester B. Pearson United World College in Canada.
The United World College in Italy. Colegio del Mundo Unido de Costa Rica, or the United World College of Costa Rica.
Mahindra United World College in India.
I graduated from attending Li Po Chun United World College in Hong Kong.
My roommates were from Tajikistan,
From Venezuela.
India.
Kenya and Slovenia.
Mexico, Germany,
Ghana,
Sweden,
Madagascar.
Norway,
Uganda,
Estonia.
Canada,
Spain.
Brazil,
Zambia.
And from Hong Kong.
I applied to UWC because I wanted to make a difference and I just didn't know how.
I wanted to see whether there was more to education, something more inspiring, something more challenging, and something more all-rounded.
I applied to UWC just for the world that would be opened up because I wanted to be inspired and I wanted to be in a place where people wanted to learn, where people wanted to be knowing what was happening in the world.
I was involved in squash, volleyball and organic gardening.
I was involved in fire service and we put out wild bushfires around the campus.
I was involved in Latin American dance, judo.
I was involved in rock climbing and doing cafeteria service at my school, photography and in theatre.
I'm currently involved with helping mentally challenged children in a home next to our school.
I led a mountain biking expedition for a week.
I'm involved with fundraising for this organisation which builds schools in rural parts of Cambodia.
We're involved with doing regular monitoring of the local coral reefs.
I worked with 200 children in an orphanage for HIV positive children.
I'm part of the school sustainability committee.
I was involved in Larskole, which is a camp at our school for Norwegian children.
And currently with Amnesty International.
I went to Malaysia and I dived with fish that were almost as big as me.
Teaching autistic youth how to knit and how to make pottery. I travelled to one of the poorest districts in the capital, San Jose, and went to a very, very low decile school for primary school children, and we taught musical appreciation and about respect and understanding of other cultures to these students who really had nothing, and it was one of the most amazing experiences that I've had.
and I also got to work with children who had been rescued from human trafficking in Pattaya, Thailand.
I hiked in the Grand Canyon for 5 days with an amazing group of people from all across the world.
And organising a fundraiser after the Haiti earthquake, where we did a candlelight vigil in the main piazza in Trieste.
I got to go to Thailand to go to this orphanage home where there were kids picked up from the streets, and we got to play with the kids, play football with them, and to paint their tuk-tuks and paint their classroom walls. And of course they bet us at football and they bet us at Connect 4 and everything else.
I spent a week in a remote cabin, not speaking a single word.
I lived in a castle.
I got to go on a trip to China, painting murals in an orphanage.
I got the opportunity to travel to North Korea.
I worked with refugees in a program called Bergam Motak.
Hiking the highest mountain in Malaysia.
I've got to travel all around Costa Rica. I'm planning to head to Panama, and I spent time in a refugee camp, and I organised a dance party in the middle of a refugee camp using speakers, and I was taught to dance while speaking German with a guy that had come from Germany and been on the run for 15 years.
I got to travel to Thailand, to Cambodia and to Trunzhou, China.
To Alberta for my first white Christmas ever.
I traveled to Geneva and Estonia.
I am going to Tajikistan.
After United World College, I took a gap year and spent 6 months volunteering in Bolivia. Now I'm at university in Chicago studying economics.
It was hard when winter came and there were only 4 hours of sunlight.
Suddenly you've got to make all the decisions for yourself. You're not going to be guided by anyone else, and at the same time you're having to deal with all issues of being in another culture.
I guess the challenge is trying to keep your energy up for the whole year.
Leaving home at the age of 16 for 2 years and not even coming home for Christmas.
A really big challenge was figuring out how to balance everything, because at UWC's there's so much going on at once.
by jumping into the ocean every single day, every single month of the year.
I learned too much.
Just talking to people from 80 different countries in my daily life.
I've learnt a lot of Spanish since being there.
I learned to whitewater kayak.
Salsa, samba, ashe.
I learned how to adapt to new situations.
I learned how to ski.
Mandarin.
Make dumplings.
I learned the power of language and how lucky we are to speak English, which is a global language.
I learned how to deal with South African attitude, which, my goodness, can fill the room at times.
I've really learned a lot about other people's points of view coming from all sorts of different parts of the world, and it's really opened my eyes.
I met the most inspiring people that I've ever met in my life.
I was inspired by the other students from 70 different countries.
The people who came there, who came to UWC because they had something to fight for.
In the way that they were really motivated to making a difference in the world.
One of the things that really inspired me was the strength and the diligence with which my non-native English-speaking friends worked throughout the year, because some of them, when they first arrived on campus, could hardly speak a word of English, and by the end of their time going through these exams, which challenged me, even a native speaker.
I was inspired by just the energy of the people.
By the calibre of the other students at the school and how they all lifted each other up to perform better.
I was inspired by knowing that as a New Zealander, I come from a real background of privilege and I have an opportunity to make a difference in the world.
It was the best 2 years of my life.
UWC just offers you completely up to the world, and the world's for you to make it, and to make it what you want it to be.
Going to UWC opens your eyes to so many things and it makes the world so much more real.
If you want the best discussions of your life, if you want to cook with people from all around the world,
if you want news events to be relevant to you as a person and to your friends and not just something in the newspaper.
If you want education as you've never seen it before.
If you want to be in a place where people are enthusiastic about change.
Enlighten your mind to different opinions that different people in the world may have.
If you want to create memories worth keeping for the rest of your life.
If you want to find opportunity and adventure,
then apply to United World Colleges.
Then apply to UWC.
apply now.
We want you! Guys, I'm on camera right now.
Jason's moment of fame, everyone.
This is my moment. Hi!
Hello, my name is New Zealand.
I'm from Browns Bay.
Yeah, so if you don't, just...
is it really small?
Okay, you can just repeat it.